Two, one, go.
Alright, this is Dark Raven, casting a replay of our beloved leader, Cursed, playing as a FarSeer against TechMarine player, Deceivindrifter. Welcome, Cursed.
Cheers, man. I'd just like to point out for those listening, and this is take two because Dior, after about a minute, discovered that he hadn't pressed the record button. So apologies for that.
I'm new at this.
First off, anyway, in this map, while we're looking at this, there's two kind of starts you can make when you're playing. One is you can either rush for VPs, as this Space Marine is kind of doing, kind of powering VP. I am going for resources because, as Eldar in particular, my build, which is usually double GU Banshee, in this case GU Banshee GU, requires quite a lot of requisition. That's why I rushed for the middle rec point there. He seems to think that my FarSeer against his TechMarine is worth more than that VP over there, which just kind of put a big question mark over his strategy. But anyway, Dior, your turn to add something.
Yeah, well, it feels kind of unnatural to discuss it like this. Well, now we're seeing your FarSeer basically get pounded to death. Well,
and that's the lucky knockback that saved her ass.
Yes, indeed.
And gave me a model.
So this guy apparently thinks it's a good idea to give chase with banshees on your tail. Not too smart, I would say.
No, but you see how fast he kind of gets the stuff out of there when he realizes it isn't kind of going on. As you can see though, I'd say more than likely he has his stuff shift queued, so there's no real micro to what he's doing at the moment, but there is the chance that he is actually microing stuff, and as you can see he's had to drop in through generators, whereas I am after only capping my point simply because I'm building a second GU squad, although I should probably have put at least one generator down by now, but I guess we'll see soon enough.
Yeah, you're floating 200 rec indeed.
Cough cough, usually I don't do this. As you can see though, simply because well, like, he kind of ignored everything at the start, and look, sneaky scout grenade as if I wouldn't see it, but
Nice,
you can see that he
nice
his whole VP rush was kind of pointless because well, he didn't push up on it afterwards by capping stuff. His scouts are just kind of going around the place, well, watching my banshees more than actually attacking them, but I suppose it's up to himself, whatever he wants.
So I see you're purchasing the Armor of Fortune.
That armor for FarSeer is definitely recommended. It gives the same regen as the TechMarine Artificer armor, which the TechMarine has not got yet, but on, well, a melee commander, which is quite a big kind of boon, to be honest. And it gives quite a nice ability. I'm not entirely sure what the damage debuff is, but it is quite nice. As you can see, it saved my Banshee's ashes in this sequence.
Yeah, that was very close.
I like to push it right out to the edge. It usually works quite well. As you can see though, by holding that point in the sensor since the start, it's after going up to plus 30 by now. Not that I've really capitalized on my requisition there, but it's starting to build up, so I can drop generators at will. As you can see, I'm after going up to 2 generators on my farm now. I'm kind of hesitant to go up to a third solely because there is the good chance that he would be able to get a flame attack if he drove me back like those GUs and just run make a beeline straight from my generator and just bash the whole thing. I'd be more inclined to get generators out in the far point there, way out on the left, simply because he wouldn't be sending units around that way that often, and it wouldn't be the most obvious place to go and attack straight away. He, on the other hand, holds strong to the philosophy because Eldar can't gem bash quite as strongly as flame attack Space Marines.
Yeah.
He's kind of taking the chance that he'll just build 3 gens at his home farm.
And he's got a Devastator squad out right now, blocking off the logical approach to his generators, making you go all the way around it should you want to bash them.
You see, the idea there, that trick is usually quite nice The problem is he had scouts with a sergeant right beside him. That's usually Eldar FarSeer's best way of countering platforms. That you literally just send banshees around the place, cloaked and speed buffed, and go, well, lol in a sense. You see, this is the reason why I didn't build generators down there. Well, I built 2, but I didn't build 3 there for this reason. Because it is very easy to get kind of driven back and for this kind of thing to happen, which is Space Marine tactic through and through really.
Yeah.
If I was actually playing right, I would now send my Banshees and Guardians way out around by the left past those scouts, but that isn't happening at the moment.
Yeah. You're decapping a point to the right with the Guardian squad. And shooting away at those Devastators. I'm a little bit puzzled why you didn't use the kinetic shot on the Devastators at the first with your Rangers.
Because he was gem bashing my, well, he was gem bashing me, and it was kind of more important that, well, he stopped.
Oh, grenade on your... That was a nice grenade.
That was a very nice grenade, and my Guardians again are standing around doing nothing. Hurrah! Oh no, they're moving again. That's good. You see, that's multitasking. I'm not too sure that my FarSeer make it out of this one. It doesn't look like she's gonna, although she does have guide on, so there's a very good chance that she will. And you see, look, you see running away there. This is very much like the TechMarine situation. Fortune Armor really comes into its own when you have a unit retreating, simply because that unit, if it's taking range damage, will likely kind of regen as much damage as it's taking. So it makes it very, very, very hard to kill on the retreat.
But I still, yeah, well, sorry, I do not disagree on the I do not agree on the use of the kinetic shot because your gens got bashed anyway. My opinion, it was slightly more important to get the devs first and then run in with your banshees. But anyway, that's my opinion.
Each to their own.
Yeah, theory crafting. Everybody can do it, right?
As you can see, the second you drive him off, you do one or two things. You either start capping, or as you can see, he thinks I'm going to go straight for his gens, which I don't. You either start capping or you go for the gens generally, if you win an engagement. And in this, surprisingly, although he's been pushing right up to my gens, I currently have map control by quite a bit, which is a pretty big mistake, I would wager, on his part.
Yeah, indeed, you would expect Space Marine player in 1v1 at least to get 2 scout squads, which is, yeah, quite standard for Space Marine players, right?
Pretty standard. Well, not all the time, because there's very good builds that he's actually going through at the moment with the whole dev squad and flame tack.
Yeah, well,
and that was the end of my howling banshees.
That was a very nice grenade. Well, if you want to retain map control, maybe that was not the point of his build. You need 2 scout squads as a Space Marine player, period.
Well, you see, it depends on the map as well. There are some maps that will force you to get 2 scout squads, like Caldera's Refinery, but by and large you can get away with 1. Tax, you see, cap at 1.5 well, times faster than any other squad in the game, which is a very handy statistic when you're kind of running around and need to get something cap fast. Use your tax, so basically they'll compensate for not having the second scout squad more often than not. As you can see though, I'm tier 2 while he's still tier 1. I'm getting a Wraith Lord. I think he's tier 1, is he? No, he's tier 2, sorry, no. He is tier 2.
Is he tier 2? Oh yeah, he's tier 2.
He's tier 2. And I'm building a Wraith Lord, he's building Assault Marines, which I must say get very, very lucky later on in the game. But he still hasn't capitalised on pushing me off, and at the moment I still have map control. I still have his home VP, for example, although as the Assault Marines are going to see to that in a second. I still have it for the moment, which is quite important.
Yeah, the entire map is red, which which translates in your power and in your power and your rec. you have about 135